pushed by high winds, came on fast. It tore in from the southwest, rapidly threatening residential neighborhoods, filling the air with thick, black smoke. Right now, a major concern is Highway 63, critical, the only way out of town. The flames have breached it in one place already. And all day, that highway jammed with frantic people trying to get to safety. Briar Stewart is in Fort McMurray tonight. Briar.
Peter, smoke continues to billow over the city. You can hear and see the helicopters flying overhead, dropping water. We understand there are a few hundred firefighters working on this blaze, but they were simply overwhelmed by how quickly it spread earlier today. It was fueled by wind and all of the dry conditions. Tonight, this city is practically a ghost town because everyone has been ordered out. It was chaos and confusion.
Nobody seems to know anything. It's very poor as usual. They got music playing on the radios and nobody knows what to do. It's a terrible situation.
Late afternoon, a fire that has been burning for a few days suddenly and dramatically grew. It was whipped up by strong gusts of wind. A wall of flame lapped at the side of Highway 63 and jumped the city's major thoroughfare. Tens of thousands were ordered to leave.
The fire jumped the river, and we had basically 2 minutes to get home, grab our stuff, and we had to leave.
And it was gridlock as they tried to get out of the city. The fire ripped into some neighborhoods, destroying homes.
Holy look at that! Roll your window up. Holy
It's a disaster, and I find that that's not fair. They didn't even let us take our things, and when we asked them. So we lost everything now. We don't have what we have on our backs.
Everything I worked for the last 2 years, it's all gone in smoke now.
Those who stopped to watch in awe of the destruction quickly moved as propane tanks began exploding. Officials and the premier urged people to leave.
As frustrating and as scary as it is to leave your home, it's not as frustrating and scary as to find that you're trapped by your home if the fire changes direction.
Tonight, more than 250 firefighters are working on this blaze, and the fire chief says they never expected anything like this.
It's been the worst day of my career, and I am, the whole, the people here are devastated. Everyone's devastated. The community is going to be devastated. This is going to go on. This is going to take us a while to come back from.
The fire chief knows that some homes have been destroyed, but he can't say just how many yet because they haven't done the count. Of course, right now their focus is on the fire and getting people out safely. I can tell you that the traffic has slowed considerably. That gridlock from earlier is gone. A lot of people headed south towards Edmonton, but some did head north and are staying at lodges near oil sands operations. Peter.
Briar, the pictures you've shown us are staggering. They're almost apocalyptic, some of them, the way when you look at them. It's interesting to have watched that exodus. We saw it a lot through your live reports through the day on News Network. It seemed, I'm sure they were frantic. It seemed to be going in an almost orderly fashion as people were leaving.
It was, and it certainly was frantic when we were closer in the city, and the flames were just at the side of the highway, and you could hear those tanks exploding. I think that's when it really started to sink into people that this is a really dangerous situation. We have to get out of here. So you didn't have people wanting to go back to their homes to check on their businesses. I think they realized right then and there just how serious the situation is, and they left. And there are an awful lot of RCMP officers in this city as well. We were told there's about 160. We certainly saw them going from street to street, clearing away areas, and I'm sure that helped make it as orderly as it was.
The fire chief, who was clearly emotional when he was talking to you, did he give you any sense of what more, if any, equipment they need in terms of equipment and personnel to fight these fires?
They could call the Army in. Why doesn't the Premier do that?
I spoke to the fire chief. He did become emotional, and I think he was somewhat just still in shock by just how this escalated. He said they had crews on it through the day, they had equipment, they were making fire breaks, they had a river, which is a natural fire break, and still it just simply wasn't enough. The winds whipped up the fire, it jumped the highway, it jumped the river, and it has led to the destruction that we're seeing.
All right, Briar, thank you. We'll be back to you later in the broadcast.